Confederates evacuated, the Union was left with the task of clearing the battlefield and burying the dead. They do such a good job of that, especially on the Confederates, of course. And by the time of the Gettysburg campaign, which came about 10 months later, they came over. They traveled over the same battlefield, and they actually found bones of Confederate soldiers, probably still on the battlefield. So, did not do a good job removing the remains. However, some local folks were hired by the government to actually remove the remains and inter them here in this cemetery. The cemetery officially opened in 1867, 2 years after the war. There are only Union soldiers buried here, no Confederates buried here at all. The Confederates are all buried in Hagerstown. The national feeling was that they did not want Confederates buried with the Union guys. Okay.
So out in Hagerstown, who else be buried out there? Any sons of the Confederates can be buried in Hagerstown?
I don't know what the rules are on that cemetery, but they moved the Confederate dead from here down here. A lot of them are unidentified, obviously. So they're left on the battlefield. So I told you about the soldier named Oliver Case in 18th Connecticut who was killed at the High Water Mark. He has two older brothers. His two older brothers, however, didn't join the Army for a year after him. They are in the 16th Connecticut. They are Ariel and Alonzo Case. They eventually rise to become, they enlist, but eventually rise to become officers. And here at this battle, they actually go out onto the battlefield on the 19th, request permission to go look for their brother's remains. The brothers' remains have been found by one of the company commanders who was detailed to collect the bodies, and they find their brother, and they give Alonzo gives a very accurate description of the circumstances of his death from one of his friends, that he was fighting alongside of the members of his company. He fell, his friend called out his name, but he never replied. Now obviously when his brothers look at the wound, they know why. He shot through the head just above the ear, so he probably died. He is buried temporarily in Mr. Otto's backyard, where I showed you guys. And then I'm about to show you his grave out here. Let's walk out. No.